2-story problems tomorrow. There's only 16 questions. I don't know, it's short. But the story problems are a coin problem and the one like number 25 on your homework. And from what I saw, we should do number 25 first, so we don't run out of time because you guys don't know what you're doing. Okay. I don't even need the board for that. She makes 10, okay, babysitting is X, and Y is gardening. Whatever. Okay, so she makes, well, we can do the hours first or the money, it doesn't matter. But just like the coin problem, you start with X plus Y, and then it says no more than 12. So that's less than or equal to 12. And then the other one, I'll put it down here, put the money for what she makes babysitting, put the money for gardening, and then $80. But it had to be at least 80, so greater than or equal to 80. Now the way to graph these is to find the X and Y intercepts. You don't want to solve for Y when you're making your own graphs. Okay, so if you make X 0, Y is 12. If you make Y 0, X is?
A 0.
Wouldn't it be
0?
I got it backwards. That's the one I said backwards. Doesn't matter. It's one of each, right? 0 plus 12 or 12 plus 0 is 12. Okay, if you make X 0, Y is 16. If you make Y 0, X is 8. All right, so let's graph it. Let's stay in the camera, so I'll put it up here. 0, 12. Let's say it's there, so that would be the same distance. Okay? 0, 12 is your y-intercept. 12, 0 is your x-intercept. Because of the equal, it is a solid line and everything under it. What?
When you say everything under it, like on that table graph, is that if it's like a full graph like that one, is it so?
It can't be a full graph. There's no negative gardening hours. There's no negative babysitting hours.
So
It ends here and it ends there.
so there's like no situation where it would be like that.
Oh,
Can there be a coin problem like you would lose money? How much money you would lose?
no.
Okay.
If you have a bunch of coins and it has so much money, it has nothing to do with losing or finding them. They're telling you have this many coins.
Okay.
All right? So now we go to 0, 16. So let's put it right there. 0, 16 and a solid line. Was it out of it?
Yeah, I can move it. Until you're done.
And everything above it. So let's go this way. And they clearly overlap right there. It's the only place you have lines going both ways. Now, it said, can you work 6 babysitting hours and 4 gardening? Well, you know what? You could just plug it back into the story problem. Well, 6 babysitting is 6 times 5, that's 30. And 4 hours of gardening, that's 40. 70. Is that enough money? 6, 4. Was it 6 and 4? Yeah. Is that enough money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it enough hours?
You didn't write an equation. Just right.
Okay. So on the bottom, you just plug it into the situation.
Right.
How much money they make babysitting, how many hours they make, how much money they make gardening, and then it's 7 hours,
And you,
which is less than 12, so we're good. And plug it in, or read your graph if your graph is accurate. Okay? All right, let's go backwards since I started with the last question. Does anybody need 22 through 24.
22.
Okay, let's talk about 22. Graph the following system. All right, I'll use this. 22, we have y is greater than negative x plus 4, and 3x minus y is greater than 3. Well, this one we need to solve for y. So we're going to subtract 3x. Negative y is greater than negative 3x plus 3. Divide everything or multiply everything by negative 1. So my sign switches. My negative 3 becomes a positive 3. My positive 3 becomes a negative 3. So we're going to graph this and see where they overlap. Okay, there's my coordinate plane right there. Nice and small. Okay, go down 3. And then use a slope of up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And you have a positive slope, so your line should be going uphill, which it is. Up, less than, dashed. It has no equal under it, so we don't make it solid. All right, again, we go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And it is also a dashed line. Now let's shade these in. Less than is everything under. Greater than, which is this one, is, right? Yeah, everything above. So there's where they overlap. Now, I had a kid tell me today that they didn't know how to shade. I don't know why she would wait until the day before a test to tell me she doesn't understand the last 5 lessons. But she didn't understand the whole testing point. So let me just go over that in case you're one of those people. Let's say we have y is greater than negative x plus 2. Okay? And I've got it here. And I'm going downhill. So there's my line. Now, you should pick a random point. I always choose 0, 0 unless it goes through 0, 0. Because if I have a fraction here, then that gets rid of it. I don't ever have to multiply by a fraction. So you put in a 0 is greater than 0 plus 2. Is 0 greater than 2? No. So 0 is not going to be shaded because everything shaded is true. So just don't shade there. You don't have to remember above and below. Pick a point. Every point in this shaded area works. Yeah.
But when it's like a dotted line, it doesn't work. And if it's like
On the line does not work.
But what if it's a solid line?
Then all the points on the line work. Because it says equal to. All right. Anything from 22 to 25. How about anything from 19 to 25? Come on, I got to do these for people that need to see the video. Okay, number 24. All right, we have, let me show you how to write from the graph. Okay, here's the coordinate plane. And we have a line that is 2 below and 4 below, right? No, 5 below. And 5 below. And everything in between. Okay, so let's just take one at a time. This one right here is, what's horizontal, X or Y? Okay, so they're both going to be Y. This one here and that one are solid, so they're both going to be equal. Now, this one goes down under, so it's less than or equal to. This one goes up over, so it's greater than. And so this one was -4, and this one, -5 and -2. Under is the -2, above is the negative 5. Okay, another one of those, writing it from a picture. Anything on the back page at all? Come on, help these poor people at home out. Yeah. 19, y is greater than negative 6. Okay? It's a horizontal line with a 0 slope going through the y-axis. Okay, my y-axis is right there. And I need to go down 6. And it's dashed. Greater numbers on the y-axis are above the negative 6. Like a thermometer. This is your thermometer, smaller numbers below. And then you have to have arrows there, arrow there, arrow there, arrow there, arrow there, you know. This all goes on forever, yeah.
Who came up with the graph for math? Which mathematician? I thought you were general.
No, I didn't take any history math classes, actually. Okay, another one on the back page. Bree?
21.
21. Okay, number 21, and then we'll go to the front. 21 is y minus 3x is greater than or equal to. Unless you want to do a t-chart, you need to solve for y. Plus 3x plus 3x. So y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 4. Okay? Go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go up and right, up and right, up and right. And it's a solid line. Now, I'm not going to say above and below anymore because some of you don't get that. I'm going to test 0, 0. If it works, I'm going to shade that side. If it doesn't work, I'm going to shade that side. 0 is greater than or equal to 3 times 0 minus 4. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Yes, it is. So 0 is part of the answer. You always shade the answer. Anybody else?
Would you choose a line was like directly on 0, 0? Would you shade like?
That's the y-axis.
Okay.
Okay. Front page of the homework, 1 through 18. Let's just go backwards. Does anybody need the coin problem? There is a coin problem on your test. Okay, all the coin problems are done the same. Since we have dimes and quarters, I'm going to use D and Q. How many coins are there? There are 20 coins. That's how you start every single coin problem. 10 in front of D. 10 in front of Q.
25.
I know. I want to see if she's paying attention. Maya, what goes in front of Q? 10 cents and a quarter.
Oh, 25.
25 in front of Q. And there was $3.95. I used elimination. I think substitution is way complicated compared to this one. If you multiply everything by negative 10, you would have negative 10, negative 10, and negative 200. Look how easy it is. That's gone. 15Q, 195, Q is 13. You can use substitution, I don't care. But when you're done tomorrow, count up how many coins you have. And if it doesn't equal the amount of coins in the problem, which was 20, there's something wrong with your answer. And then, that's not the only part you have to be sure is right. You have to make sure you have enough money. Galvez, stand up.
Wouldn't that be negative 200?
Yeah. Try to make me wrong on video, huh? All right, how about anything from 9 on? Anything from 9 on? Yeah,
15.
what?
15.
15. 4x, no, 3x minus 4y equals 8. 12y equals 9x minus 24. Before I do number 15, was it infinite, wasn't it? Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question. Somebody give me a two-ordered pair, an ordered pair that works.
6 and 3.
6 and 3, right? Give me one that works here.
6 and 3.
6 and 3, right? Is there one that's going to work here that doesn't work here?
Negative 6 and 3.
Negative 6 and 3 is not 9.
It's negative 3.
I know, but is that what the points? Oh, never mind.
It has to add up to 9.
So 2 and 5.
2 and 5 is 7.
Oh, so it doesn't add up to 9, so it doesn't work.
I want ones that work.
Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind.
My point is, if it works here, it's going to work here because it's the same stinking line, right? So, on this one, they were both the same line. Subtract 3x, negative 4y, negative 3x plus 8. Divide everything by negative 4. Y equals negative divided by negative is positive. Positive divided by negative is negative. Guess what happens when I solve that for y? I get 3/4 x minus 2. It's the same line.
So if it's the same x, then it's infinite solution?
Well, how can there not be the exact same points on the exact same line? Just like I just gave him. Can you think of something that works here that doesn't work here? No, it doesn't even make sense. It's the same line. They're on top of each other. All I did was disguise them. All right, another one. Anything on any page? Anything? Yeah.
16.
Okay, we're doing number 16. Oh, and those had the same slope, but they were on top of each other because they had the same y-intercept too. They were the same line. So they can't have only one. You know, the solution means where do they cross? Well, if they're on top of each other, they cross everywhere. Okay.
They're code in here.
Y minus 5 is negative 2x. 4x plus 2y equals negative 18. All right. Solve for y. We're going to add 5. So this one is negative 2x plus 5. Solve for y here. 2y equals negative 4x minus 18. Divide everything by 2. Y equals negative 2x minus 9. So these are the two we're comparing. This one starts at 5 and climbs at the same rate. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. This one starts at negative 9 and goes down. They're never going to run into each other because they're climbing at the same rate. Does that make sense? Who asked for that? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
If you start, it's like a race. If you start at a different spot, but you run the exact same pace, you're never going to meet. Never.
So is it inconsistent?
Inconsistent means there's no solution. No, they'll never meet.
So
That's all inconsistent means. They'll never meet. They're parallel. They're never going to meet.
So it would be inconsistent and no solution.
Correct. Inconsistent means no solution.
Why would you have to put both of them? Do you have to put both of them? Oh, I thought you did.
You don't?
Didn't ask for that.
Well, depends on what I asked for.
Depends on what she asked.
If I say, is it a consistent or inconsistent, your answer is inconsistent. If I say how many solutions, I need to know if you know what inconsistent
So
means.
would consistent be one solution? Or infinite?
Another one, huh?
So the only time it can be inconsistent is
Absolutely.
Everything
Anything,
else-
1 through 14.
Everything else is consistent, so.
Everything's consistent except 2 parallel lines. What else? You want me to plug any of those in, 1 through 6? Anybody have a yes or no where they should have had?
Oh, yeah, 4.
Okay, let's do number 4. Number 4. Oh, I know why you missed number 4, and I'm telling you, if it's on my review sheet, it's on the test. And you guys, when you have a negative, you don't want to take the time to do what I do, and I never miss it. 2y minus 3x is, you probably didn't miss this one, you missed this one. You missed this one, I'm guessing. Anyway, let's put in a negative 5 for x. Erase the x, put negative 5. Now look what happens here. Minus negative 5. That's not minus 5. It doesn't say it's a 5. It says it's a negative 5. So what does that mean? It's plus. Minus minus. A 4 goes here and here. It's a negative 4. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1. True. 8 plus 15. The reason this one's true is because of that little equal there. 23 is equal to 23. Okay? A lot of people miss those.
You do 6.
6. We're putting in a negative again. Okay, on the first one, y is less than or equal to x minus 14. Negative y plus x is greater than 10. All right? Erase the x and put a 6. Erase the x and put a 6. Erase the negative 8 for y and negative 8. Well, that's 8 plus 6. 14 is greater than 10. Negative 8 less than or equal to negative 8. Because of that, it's true, and that's true. Those are dumb ones to miss. That's like the easiest thing you can do is replace x and y and see if it's true. Use your calculator if you have to. But when you're replacing a negative, put it in parentheses. Another one, 1 through 25. What do you want to know for the test to help out our at least 8 absentees today? Anybody? Got another one? Huh?
They might not even watch the video.
Well, they're not like you that doesn't care. A lot of them will.
I watched the video and said,
I watched the video and I was sick.
You didn't do your homework. Don't even talk to me. It's a review for the test, and you blew it off. Don't blow off your review. If you're home, you can copy it, but if you don't do it, you're not going to pass the test.
it's going to be a blackboard
You can turn it off. What?
review.